Hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Great English Podcast. I'm Catherine.
And I'm Mark. Today, we have an exciting and in-depth topic for all English learners: how to ace a job interview in English. We know that interviews can be nerve-wracking, especially when English isn't your first language. But by the end of today's episode, you'll have a wealth of practical tips, phrases, and sample conversations to help you shine during your interview.
That's right. We'll cover everything from introductions, answering common questions, and handling tricky personal queries, to negotiating salary and countering offers. Whether you're preparing for your first job interview, or a seasoned professional looking to polish your skills, this episode is packed with information.
We'll also walk you through real-life examples and role-playing scenarios that you can practice with a friend or in front of a mirror. So grab your notebook, and let's get started.
Let's begin by discussing the overall interview format. Most job interviews follow a general structure: a greeting, a personal introduction, questions about your background, skills, and experience, and finally a chance for you to ask questions.
Exactly. Interviews might include different segments, such as behavioral questions, technical questions, if applicable, and sometimes even case studies or role-playing exercises. It's important to know what to expect so that you can prepare accordingly.
Interviews often include questions like, "Tell me about yourself, what are your strengths and weaknesses?" or even more personal questions like, "How do you manage stress?" Understanding that these questions are standard can help reduce your anxiety.
And remember, many interviews are looking not just for technical competence, but also for cultural fit, someone who aligns with the company's values. So be sure to do your research on the company beforehand.
There are several common interview formats, including one-on-one interviews, panel interviews, and even group or virtual interviews. Each format might require a slightly different approach.
For instance, in a panel interview, you might have to address multiple interviews. Always make eye contact with everyone, even if you are answering a question posed by one person. In virtual interviews, pay attention to your background, ensure good lighting, and minimize distractions.
We'll discuss some of these nuances later in the episode. But for now, let's move on to the essential phrases and tips that will help you navigate these situations smoothly.
One of the first moments in an interview is your greeting. A confident introduction sets the tone for the rest of the conversation. Let's go over some opening phrases you can use. Good morning, afternoon. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for inviting me today. I'm excited to discuss this opportunity with you.
Remember to smile, offer a firm handshake if it's in person, and maintain good eye contact. These non-verbal cues are just as important as your words.
When asked, "Tell me about yourself," here's a simple structure to follow. Background: I have a degree in XYZ, or I have experience in XYZ. Skills: I specialize in XYZ, or my key skills include XYZ. Career goals: I'm looking for an opportunity to XYZ, or my goal is to contribute to XYZ.
This structure keeps your answer focused and under 2 minutes. It gives the interviewer a concise overview of your professional story, without overwhelming them with details.
We'll now role-play a sample interview conversation. Listen carefully to the structure and the phrases used.
Good morning, Mark. Thank you for coming in today. Please have a seat.
Good morning, Catherine. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate the opportunity.
To start, could you please tell me a little about yourself?
Sure. My name is Mark, and I hold a degree in business administration from University Name. Over the past 3 years, I've worked in customer service roles where I honed my communication and problem-solving skills. In my most recent position at Company Name, I managed client relationships and worked closely with a team to enhance customer satisfaction. I'm now looking for a role where I can apply my experience and grow further within a dynamic organization.
That's a great introduction, Mark. Your background sounds impressive, and well suited for a role in customer relations. Could you share an example of a challenge you faced at work and how you overcame it?
Certainly. At my previous job, we encountered a situation where a major client was dissatisfied due to a delayed shipment. I took the initiative to address the issue by first listening carefully to their concerns. I apologized for the inconvenience, and then I coordinated with the logistics team to expedite the delivery. Additionally, I offered the client a discount on their next order as a goodwill gesture. As a result, not only did we retain the client, but we also received positive feedback on our responsiveness and commitment.
Excellent. It sounds like you value customer satisfaction and are proactive in solving problems. Now, let's move on to some personal questions. What would you say are your greatest strengths and weaknesses?
My greatest strength is my ability to adapt quickly to new environments. I'm a fast learner, and I stay positive even under challenging circumstances. On the flip side, I tend to focus very intently on details, sometimes to the point where it slows me down. However, I've been actively working on balancing my attention to detail with overall efficiency by setting clear time limits for tasks and prioritizing my workload.
That's a very honest answer. It's great that you're aware of your weaknesses and are taking steps to improve. Could you also tell me about a hobby or interest outside of work?
Sure. Outside of work, I'm passionate about music. I play the guitar, and I often perform at local events. I find that playing music helps me relax and stimulates my creativity. I also enjoy reading, especially books on leadership and business innovation, which keeps me inspired and informed about industry trends.
That's wonderful. It's always refreshing to see a well-rounded personality. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself stepping into a leadership role where I can contribute to strategic decisions and mentor new team members. I'm eager to learn and take on more responsibilities, and I believe that continuous growth is key to long-term success.
Let's switch gears and talk about negotiation, a crucial part of the interview process. Suppose we discuss salary. How would you approach it?
I'd start by expressing my gratitude for the offer and then say something like, based on my research and understanding of the market, the typical salary for this role is around XYZ amount. I was expecting something in that range. Is there any flexibility in your offer? If the initial offer is lower than expected, I would politely ask, I appreciate the offer. Considering my experience and the responsibilities of the role, would it be possible to consider additional benefits or a performance bonus? This shows that I am informed, value my skills, and am open to constructive discussion.
That's an excellent approach. It demonstrates that you're well prepared and confident in your worth.
Thank you. Additionally, if further discussion is needed, I might ask for a short period to review the offer so I can come back with any questions or proposals regarding the overall compensation package.
Very good. Negotiating isn't just about salary. It's about finding the right balance in the entire offer. It sounds like you have a clear strategy for this. Now, let's take things a step further with some interactive exercises. We're going to simulate a couple of role-playing scenarios that you can practice with a friend or record yourself to improve your fluency and confidence.
Imagine you're asked a question you weren't expecting, such as, how do you handle failure? It's okay to pause for a moment before answering. Here's a sample response. I believe failure is a learning opportunity. For instance, when I worked on a project that didn't meet our initial goals, I took time to analyze what went wrong, gathered feedback from my team, and developed an improved strategy. This approach not only helped me grow professionally but also turned the setback into a success later on.
Notice how the answer is structured. Acknowledge the failure, explain the lesson learned, and highlight the positive outcome. Practicing this structure can help you respond effectively to unexpected questions.
Let's simulate a negotiation scenario where the salary isn't the only issue. Imagine the interview saying, "We're unable to increase the base salary at this time." Here's how you might respond. Thank you for letting me know. I understand budget constraints can be challenging. In that case, could we explore alternative benefits such as additional vacation days, flexible working hours, or a signing bonus? I believe these adjustments could make the overall package more competitive.
This response shows flexibility while still advocating for your needs. It also opens the door for further discussion on non-monetary benefits. Another common question is about your long-term goals. This question assesses whether you're likely to stay and grow with the company. Here's an example.
In 5 years, I see myself having taken on increasing responsibilities and ideally stepping into a managerial role. I'm very interested in leadership development, and I would love to see a clear career progression here. I'm excited about the possibility of not only contributing immediately but also growing with the company over the long term. When practicing, try to be as authentic as possible. Interviews can often tell when responses are overly rehearsed. Practice with real examples from your experience to ensure your answer feels natural.
Let's dive deeper into negotiation techniques. Before you even step into the interview, preparation is key. Research the industry standards for your role and know the range of salary and benefits that are typical. Websites like Glassdoor, PayScale, and LinkedIn Salary can be great resources.
Once you have that information, prepare your ask in writing. Know your minimum acceptable salary and what benefits matter most to you. This might include health benefits, remote work options, professional development opportunities, or even relocation support.
Another tip is to practice your negotiation pitch with a friend. Role-play different scenarios so that you feel comfortable and confident during the actual discussion. Can you describe a time when you worked as part of a team to achieve a common goal?
Certainly. In my previous role, our department was tasked with launching a new product line within a very tight deadline. I collaborated closely with the marketing and sales teams to coordinate our efforts. We held daily stand-up meetings to ensure everyone was on track and to address any issues immediately. Through effective communication and teamwork, we not only met the deadline but also exceeded our sales targets by 15%. This experience taught me the importance of collaboration and how a unified team can overcome even the toughest challenges.
Conflict is inevitable in any workplace. Can you share an example of how you resolved a disagreement with a colleague?
Yes, I can. Once, I had a disagreement with a colleague over the best approach to a project. Instead of letting the conflict escalate, I suggested that we sit down and discuss our viewpoints objectively. We identified the strengths and weaknesses of each approach and decided to integrate elements from both. This not only resolved the conflict but resulted in a more innovative solution. The experience reinforced the value of open communication and compromise.
Continuous learning is crucial. Can you tell me about a skill you have developed recently and how it has helped you in your career?
Absolutely. Recently, I completed a course in digital marketing to better understand online customer engagement. This new skill has enabled me to analyze customer data more effectively and contribute to our team's digital strategy. It's been a valuable addition to my skill set and has helped me bring fresh ideas to the table.
How do you handle failure, and what have you learned from past mistakes?
I see failure as an opportunity for growth. For instance, there was a project that didn't go as planned due to unforeseen challenges. Instead of being discouraged, I conducted a thorough review to identify what went wrong. I then took the lessons learned to improve my approach for future projects. This process not only enhanced my problem-solving skills but also boosted my confidence in managing setbacks.
One of the most critical steps before any interview is researching the company. Know their mission, values, recent news, and culture. Visit their website, read recent press releases, and check their social media profiles. This information will help you tailor your responses and show genuine interest in the company.
Practice makes perfect. Record yourself answering common interview questions, or better yet, role-play with a friend. The more you practice, the more natural your responses will become.
You might even create flashcards for key phrases and questions, or practice in front of a mirror. The goal is to build confidence and ensure your answers are concise and well-structured. Your body language speaks volumes. Always maintain an open posture, sit up straight, and smile. Even in virtual interviews, these cues can help convey confidence and positivity.
And remember to use gestures naturally. Avoid fidgeting, as it might indicate nervousness. Practice maintaining eye contact and using a friendly tone throughout your conversation.
Many of our listeners struggle with anxiety. Here are some strategies. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or deep breathing exercises can help calm your nerves. Visualize success. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing a successful interview. Prepare your story. When you know what you want to say, you'll feel more confident.
And remember, every interview is practice. Even if you don't land the job, you're gaining valuable experience.
If you have any questions or need further guidance, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help you succeed.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Great English Podcast. Please support us by joining membership for more exclusive content designed only for you, and we'll see you next time for another engaging conversation.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and good luck with your interviews.